Hi guys, welcome to Keeping It Simple Crafts. I hope everyone is doing good. Today I am making a Valentine's Day candy bouquet, and most everything came from Dollar Tree. For this candy bouquet, you're going to need 4 boxes of candy, and I just picked up these sweet and sour gummy hearts, so you'll need 4 boxes the same size. And you're going to need some candy that you can hot glue onto a wooden skewer. Some of the candy I picked up in the Valentine's Day section, and some of it I just picked up in the regular candy aisle at Dollar Tree. You're going to need some gummy bears, some suckers, some glitter heart picks. You'll need your hot glue gun, glue sticks, some tissue paper, some wooden skewers, and some wrapping paper. And in the description box below, I will leave a materials list for you. You're also going to want to purchase some foam at Dollar Tree, and you're going to need some cardboard for the bottom of the box. You will also need some ribbon. Wrapping the 4 boxes is optional, so you'll want to take your boxes and you'll need to figure out how much foam you need. So I bought 2 of the little squares of foam and cut them to fit, and I'll also cut the cardboard to fit, and I'm just taking the foam and hot gluing it onto the cardboard. So you'll want to carefully hot glue the foam down, and then also add a little hot glue to the center part so that you connect your 2 pieces when you're hot gluing them down to the cardboard. Then let it dry for a little bit, and now you're ready to hot glue your little candy boxes around the foam to make your little candy box for your bouquet. Just be very careful when you're using your hot glue gun, and you'll want to take and you're going to carefully line up and hot glue your 4 boxes all together. So just kind of play with it before you add any hot glue to make sure you've got your ends turned like you want, and the wrapped edges or bottom side of your wrapping paper facing the foam so that all your pretty sides are facing outward. After you have your box glued together, you'll want to set it aside so that it can dry, and then you're ready to start taking your wooden skewers and hot gluing the skewer onto your little bar candy. When you're hot gluing this wooden skewer onto your candy, if you look at your wrapper, you can kind of flip the fold usually up and hot glue right there so that your skewer is covered when you flip the wrapper back over. So I hope that makes sense. You'll kind of see what I'm talking about when you start playing around with your candy and adding the skewers. But just try to make sure and push your skewer on down where the top of it does not show. And so just carefully hot glue the skewers onto your little candy bars and your suckers and whatever else you're using, and then set it aside and let it dry. Just remember when you're hot gluing your candy onto your skewer that you want to make sure the end that points down does not have candy on it, because you want to take that end that has the point and push it into your styrofoam. So just pay attention to which end you're hot gluing your candy onto. And then I added a band of ribbon, and this ribbon came from Hobby Lobby, but you can find some really pretty ribbon right now at Dollar Tree, or just use whatever ribbon you already have purchased and just hot glue it all the way around your box. And then you'll want to add some tissue paper to cover up your foam. We added 2 skewers to the back of the gummy bears bag, and then just set it aside and let it dry. And so you might want to pick out things that kind of go with kind of maybe a theme. This one right here, we went with teddy bears, like gummy bears, and then a little teddy bear stuffed animal. So it kind of depends on who you're making this for. Maybe you're making it for a teacher gift or your best friend or a neighbor, but just kind of try to make it personal and pick out things that you know that they would like. And then so we just added some Twix, some Kit Kats, some Suckers, some Reese's peanut butter cups, Starburst, Tootsie Rolls. So just kind of do a variety of candy. Also, just remember when you're pushing your skewers into the foam, don't push too hard or you will break your skewer. And on like the suckers and the heart foam picks, you might have to take the wooden skewer and start your hole first in the foam, then pull it out and then put the sucker in. If you do not want to use candy for the whole bouquet, you could use add some chapsticks in. There's all kinds of things that you could just make it more personal, a gift card. So it just kind of depends on who you're making it for and how much you want to spend. I think I maybe spent around $13 if I added it up correctly. I made a couple more of these. I made one that's a $5 price range, $10 price range, and then this one ended up being like $13. So you can make them for whatever budget. You don't have to have a big budget to make a cute and special gift. Around the little teddy bear, I just added some Tootsie Rolls, but I also thought lip gloss, chapstick, packs of gum. There's all kinds of options you can add besides like bar candy and chocolate. So these are just some ideas. And this is how it looks. And I did decide to tie a bow for the bottom of my box. So I just took the same ribbon that I added the band, and I just let out a very tiny tail for this one, and I made a loop, and then I tried to make a loop on the other side the same size as my first loop, and then I just went back to the other side and I just tried to compare to make sure my loops are about the same size. So just remember that when you're making a bow, you want to try to get your loops about the same size on each side, and then you're going to need a pipe cleaner to wrap tightly around the center of your bow. I usually use floral stem wire for the center of my bows, but it kind of depends on what you're working on. So for this one, I decided a pipe cleaner would work best. So I just went to the back and trimmed the pipe cleaner off short. And then I'm just going to take some hot glue and add it to the center part of the box. And I'm just going to put the bow on the hot glue and just hold it for a few seconds until it dries. Then after it dries, you'll want to fluff your loops. And that's it, guys. It's finished. So very inexpensive and simple to make, and it was a lot of fun for my daughter and I to put together today. Just remember, it's the thought that counts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you make a candy bouquet, please let me know. I would love to see your version of this candy bouquet or any of the wreaths that you make too. If you're on Instagram, find me at Keeping It Simple Crafts, and you can tag me in your pictures.